I'm Dr. Archer Crosley, and this is Real World Pediatrics. So today I wanted to talk about getting out of a jam. Now, as a parent, you want to do the best for your kids. Your kids depend upon you. They need mom and dad to be stable in their lives. But life doesn't always go so smooth for people, especially adults. And many times, as an adult, you get into a fix or a problem that you're not sure how to get out of. Now, fortunately for you, you're watching this video, and I'm going to give you the advice that's going to give you the best opportunity to escape whatever predicament you're in. Now, I've got a lot of experience in this because, as I say to my friends, I've spent half my life digging myself into a hole and the other half climbing out of it. So I know what it's like in that hole. Now, we all get in a jam from time to time. How do we get out of it? How do we get out of it when it looks like we can't get out of it? Now, everybody has a different set of circumstances, so this isn't specific information to your particular case. I'm talking about generalities here. I'm talking about your attitude toward the problem. Now, sometimes these problems can really weigh us down, whether it's a bad marriage, a bad deal, punishment that's coming our way, or financial difficulties. There's so many problems in this world we can't even begin to count. So how do we approach the problem? Well, as hard as this is to do, you have to welcome that problem that's been thrusted upon you. Instead of moping around and getting angry and crying, woe is me, and how come everything happens to me, you need to welcome the problem as just another puzzle or adventure in your life that you're going to have to figure out. Simply put, you have to look at your problems as challenges that you must surmount. It also helps to take a somewhat mirthful approach to the problem, even though it may not be. You have to laugh about it because ultimately, as Robert Frost said once, life is a joke that God is playing upon me. Your success in life is directly proportional to your ability to look at your problems with a good attitude. Now, I can't emphasize that enough. Now, there's some benefits to that, and this comes from Google AI, and you can look at all the benefits. I'm going to put them up on the screen there. Increased life expectancy, reduced risk of premature death, better cardiovascular health, improved resilience, lower rates of depression, anxiety, and stronger immune system. So, positive attitude is important. You also can't get angry at the people or the institutions that may be causing your problem. It does no good to harangue at the IRS or any other government institution or your ex-wife, ex-husband, or whoever is the source of your problem. You know, it's just it's a non-starter. It's a no-fly zone. You know, doing that is just going to make you ill. Okay, now why is that? Number one, because when we get right down to it, we are usually in part responsible for the fix that we're in. Number two, screaming and yelling isn't going to solve the problem. We still have the problem. Number three, stress changes the biochemistry of the body. Your brain is physically connected with every other part of your body. Stress affects the neurochemistry of your body by altering the balance chemical and neurochemical mediators such as epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, cortisol, and mediators not even yet defined. Instead of getting angry, we have to keep an open mind and understand that things are never as good or as bad as they seem to be. Now, I don't care if you have $30 million in the bank, a Maserati in the driveway, a beach house in the Caymans, and your own personal jet. Things are never that good. They're pretty good. Not bad, but they're never as good as what you think they are. Likewise, things are never as bad as they seem to be. We exaggerate our problems. We make mountains out of molehills. Now, sometimes you just have to clear your mind and tell yourself that things aren't as bad as they seem to be, that you always have options. After that, you can sit down, you can start writing positive points out on a piece of paper. That's what I do. Just take a piece of paper and write them all down. Now, you have to keep in mind and ask yourself, what are the good things that can come out of this jam? So I'll bet you that you can think of 10 things right off the top of your head. Okay, always try to look at the bright side of things. Now, we can grouse about our misfortune, or we can look on the bright side and look at the opportunities that are right out there in front of us. Sometimes misfortunes are a blessing in disguise. It all depends on how we look at it. If we look on the negative side of things, we have a greater chance of doing ourselves in. Now, your kids are going to come out better if you do for 2 reasons. 1, you'll be better off. And if you're better off, your kids by extension will be better off. 2, your kids learn their problem-solving skills off you. Okay, let me tell you a true story. Now, I have this colleague, and I'm going to call him Fred. And one day, I was on the north side of town, and I was eating lunch. I walked into this deli I'd never been before, sat down and ordered a BLT. I ate it, and I got up to pay. It was an average BLT. Quite frankly, I've never gone back to that delicatessen. Now, as I was checking out of the restaurant, I saw Fred there, and he was with his wife and his newborn baby. So we said hi, and then, we talked, and then Fred told me what was going on in his life. He told me he had this big disagreement with the partners in his group practice. They had a big blow up, and the result was that he had to go out on his own. And as I was talking to him, I could see he was really scared. He was really frightened of what was going to happen in the future. So after listening to him, I told him flat out that everything was going to be fine and that this was going to be the best thing that ever happened to him. I told him that this breakup was going to be a blessing in disguise. Now, I don't know if my words helped him or not, but I know for damn sure that I was right, because after Fred went out on his own, his practice boomed. And the practice that he was in eventually became an albatross to everyone who stayed behind. So the moral of this story is to stay positive when bad things happen. Look at the bright side of things. There's always a bright side. Thank you.